YouTube, how's it going? It's me, Taz. I am back with another reaction video, and this was something I used to be scared of. Talking Angela, a game which we used to play as kids. The internet's most disturbing video game mystery. I started playing this game after a year when I first found out at 7, 8 years old. I don't know what time. I was scared that someone's watching me, and this is why I started playing this, but let's see what he got to say.
Like someone is behind the eyes watching you at all times, even if you're off the app and your phone's off.
Outfit 7 Limited is a company that has carved out a massive name for itself in the mobile gaming industry. You see, since their founding in 2009, the company rapidly expanded, primarily focusing on software engineering and game design. But in case you happen to still not be familiar with them, you might know them by their biggest achievement, the birth of the Talking Tom franchise. Beginning as a simple virtual pet app, Talking Tom exploded into a giant success, spawning dozens of games, a wide range of merchandise, and even an animated TV series. Today, Outfit 7 has accumulated over 23 billion downloads across all of their apps. Their success is arguably unmatched in the mobile gaming space. But behind the charming characters and the bright visuals, there lies a story far less innocent, one that most people have probably never even heard of.
What have you discovered? What's in this? It looks harmless enough.
Well, it looks harmless enough.
Well, that's an app your kids are talking about. Looks like a cute little cat, but apparently they say it's hiding a big bad secret. Call 7 investigator Teresa Marchetta has been looking into this.
Controversy. Now, kids and parents alike, some saying that.
Missing?
But, Talking Angela, that's the app.
Talking Angela.
Talking Angela.
Talking Angela app.
The Talking Angela incident.
How would you really know if someone is watching you? On a normal evening
I know you're watching
in
me.
Slovenia, a man turns on his computer. His name
God damn.
is Samuel Logan. And what he doesn't know is that the 3D model he's about to download from the internet in a few minutes will change the mobile gaming industry as a whole. You see, from a very young age, Logan found an early interest for programming and creating apps. It wasn't just a hobby for him. It was a passion that would go on to shape the course of his life. So determined to follow this special path, he enrolled at the University of Ljubljana to study computer science. It was there, surrounded by code and creativity, that his lifelong passion began to evolve into something much, much bigger. He earned his bachelor's degree and later achieved his master's a bit up country at the University of Maribor. After graduating the university, he went on to work at the company 90, an internet search engine that was founded in 2003. It was considered the Google of Slovenia due to how popular it was, despite it only catering towards Slovenian needs. There at 90, Samuel was a chief technology officer, one of the highest roles at an organization. But even with all of this, he still wanted more. As days went on, Samuel soon was left at a bit of a stagnant. Working at 90, not much really went on in his life. That was until 2008.
So, you're a developer and you've just spent 2 weeks or maybe a little bit longer writing this amazing app. Even the big developers would have a hard time getting their app in front of every iPhone user. Well, we're going to solve that problem, what we call the App Store. This is an application we've written to deliver apps to the iPhone. And we're going to put it...
In 2008, after the initial release of the iPhone just 1 year prior, Apple released the App Store for iPhone. And it was revolutionary. You see, the App Store helped open up a new window of games most people had never seen before. This shift transformed smartphones from simple communication devices into so much more.
We've got categories here. If you want to find a game, if you want to find a business application, you want to find an application about finance as an example, easy to find stuff.
Now, software developers could publish their apps, making them instantly accessible. This newfound convenience came with the rise of a new genre of games. Games that were quick and casual, but also addictive, and that can be played with a device that stays in your pocket. The crazy part about it is, as simple as these games were, they racked up huge amounts of money. Samo and his wife Iza were inspired by this. They wanted to go on to make their own contribution to this new booming market.
Talking Angela.
With the fairly new digital age becoming more and more prominent, this was their chance to make it big. And with the software experience Samo already had, this looked like something that was pretty promising for them. And as a result of this, Samo left 90 sometime in the late 2000s to pursue this dream. Together with his wife and a few other close friends that were also developers, they went on to make this dream a reality by taking a massive risk. They invested 240,000 euros, or about $270,000, into a company that would change everything. A change that some would say for the better, and others, the worse. With 240,000 euros put into it, during July 2009, the launch of the software company Outfit 7 Limited was official. What started as a few friends' dream from the growing mobile gaming market was now a registered LLC. That being said, it was time to put their skills to use, and with no time being wasted, they got to producing their first few apps. Unfortunately though, despite their ambition, Outfit 7's first few games didn't exactly do well at all. In fact, they went on to release about 8 titles that eventually got discontinued and are now considered lost media today. Management at Outfit 7 quickly realized that this path they were taking didn't quite seem to be the right route. They had to think of something more relatable, something that people could resonate with better.
Send hugs to your friends, then keep track of their path around the world. Transform your iPhone or iPod Touch into a race car.
Having all this in mind, they took to the internet. The humorous funny cat videos online were strangely something that caught their eye. With each of them generating millions of views, Outfit 7 saw it as the perfect opportunity. It was time to strike. And so after only just a few weeks of hard work, their project was fully finished. On June 26, 2010, the team officially released their newest addition to the App Store, Talking Tomcat.
Oh, the #1 downloaded game at Apple's App Store right now is not Angry Birds, it's Talking Tom, a cat that repeats everything you say in any language. That's a happy cat. Talking Tom's been downloaded over 100 million times, and that's not counting the 10.
Outfit 7 had struck gold. Their small mobile gaming experiment somehow managed to spawn in millions of downloads in little to no time at all. People around the world absolutely loved it, and with their audience being primarily kids, the bright visuals and simple game mechanics were perfect. But why did people love it so much?
Because it used to talk back.
You see,
whatever you
besides
say.
the goofy visuals and the silly animations, Talking Tom had one standout feature that was different from the rest. Once installed, the app would request the user for microphone access, something that most people brushed off without a second thought. If granted, Tom had the unique ability to mimic any verbal activity being voiced by the player.
Lots we can do with this app. This little tomcat's going to listen to everything and repeat everything I say, as you can see.
Lots we can do with this app. This little tomcat's going to listen to everything and repeat everything I say, as you can see.
Everything you said, your tone, your laugh, your inside jokes, he'd echo it right back to you, but in his signature high-pitched voice. It was hilarious. It was interactive. It was something that most people enjoyed. But Tom had one major limitation. Sure, he mimicked your voice, but it wasn't a real conversation. Outfit 7 wanted to push the boundaries of what was possible at the time, to create something that didn't just echo you, but could listen, respond, and even hold a conversation. Something that felt more human.
Talking Larry the Bird,
Over the course of the next few years,
Hedgehog,
Outfit 7 continued to publish
Talking
many
Rex.
successful games. Due to the simple nature of them, creation of these games often only took a small amount of time, with a new game being published about every 2 weeks. While not every release became a hit,
Talking
most of them shared
bacteria?
the same winning formula. A silly character, playful animations, and of course, the iconic voice mimic feature.
Talking Ben. Classic.
As time went on, these talking pets began crossing paths within different games. Certain apps would feature appearances from different characters, sort of weaving together a shared universe between these friends.
Talking Ginger was also classic.
But it wasn't until early the next year when a new character was revealed.
Ooh.
It's January 2012, and Outfit 7 releases Tom's Love Letters, a simple yet charming app that introduced us to a future icon. Angela was a white cat with vibrant blue eyes that was initially established as a love interest for Tom. And although the app didn't consist of much gameplay, it started laying the groundwork for a more in-depth story of Tom, as well as this new Angela character. As her role continued to expand with each passing game, her presence in the franchise steadily grew, making her one of the most iconic and recognizable characters. In response to all of this, later that year, Angela would go on to get her own game.
Talking Angela?
The kids are really sending us messages almost daily about Talking Angela.
Talking Angela was quite the technological innovation for Outfit 7. It was their biggest achievement in gameplay yet, due to one key feature. Angela was unlike the other characters. She had something that made her special. Communication. With the use of an AI chatbot, Angela could read and respond to your messages based on what you typed. And while it's nothing compared to the artificial intelligence we have today, in 2012, for a child that was barely paying attention to what they were playing, it worked. But anyone who interacted with it for more than just a few minutes could clearly sense something was off. The conversation was toneless, dry, and lacking any real emotion. Every line Angela delivered felt empty, almost soulless. And with nothing but her robotic voice layered over a faint ambient background, the whole experience drifted from playful to quite unsettling. Under the surface, there was something about her blank stare, those blue eyes, and the uncanny silence of the room that she sat in that didn't quite feel right. It was almost as if playing this game made you feel like you were being watched. But there was no way that was true, right? Was there more to this app? Perhaps more to Angela's AI? Behind the cheerful visuals and the charming animations, the game felt hollow. And beneath its colorful surface, there seemed to be a darkness quietly lurking. A mystery that whispered to players, daring them to dig deeper. And so, they did just that.
Tonight at 10, and throughout the evening, 7 News will bring you steps you need to take to make sure you're getting the whole picture of your child's online activity.
It wasn't until 2 years later that something so small would begin to spread with terrifying speed. Facebook, being the world's top social media platform at the time, was the most convenient way to send users information about one another's life. With constant media being posted, shared, and viewed every second, the service was growing huge. That being said, it wouldn't take long for a few disturbing posts to unexpectedly go on to fuel a massive internet theory.
But there's no going back.
You see, from time to time, Angela's AI would often slip up and say things that felt off.
Maybe
Questions that seemed unsettling and way too specific for a children's game. Questions that were personal. At first, most people brushed it off. Maybe it was a glitch, or perhaps random lines of dialogue with no meaning behind them. But as more and more players started sharing their experiences, it got harder to ignore, almost as if someone was typing these messages in real time, watching from behind the screen. What seemed to back this up even more was that Talking Angela came equipped with facial recognition. She had the unique ability to decipher between different facial expressions, such as smiles, blinks, yawns, and more. Angela could see you through your camera lens, observe your every action. Given all this, in a player-based
Do not download this game. You see there is a man. Watch your kids. Huh? Whatever you do, delete this game if you can read this. Tell your parents about this. This game is not meant for kids. The man who is controlling Angela is dangerous, so please.
Consisting of pretty much only children, parents started to get rightfully concerned. Because if there was someone controlling this app, it would be extremely easy for them to view and chat with users. So then came the question that haunted everyone. What could possibly be this person's intentions? People started to panic. Post after post, worried parents started to state their concerns. Over time,
Talking Angela is a trick. There is a PD on the other end watching you through your front or back camera. They hack into your phone or device, link your photos, personal information, contacts, and messages. They can find out where you live and what school you go to. They can get your passwords or social device as well. Also, if you zoomed into her eyes, you see the background of where
these warnings started flooding.
Talking Angela will ask questions, hack your camera, hack your voice receiver, and see you
Every corner
contacts
of the
and
site,
messages.
spreading fast like a
Kids,
virus.
use this app. Please shut it down.
And while it's not 100% clear which of these were the first, one thing remained painfully clear. Angela had to go. With each passing day, the things Angela would say continued to grow more eerie. Every so often, she would ask you where you were from, what school you went to, even questions about your siblings or parents. But perhaps the most terrifying thing mentioned about this entire situation
is the app available?
Was Angela's eyes.
I want to see the app.
People began to report something strange, something hidden in Angela's eyes. A faint figure that seemed to resemble the silhouette of a man. And while the claim sounds absolutely ridiculous now, back in 2014, when everyone was already on edge, this didn't seem too far-fetched. The fear of this app was growing, and soon enough, people started contacting their local law enforcement. It didn't take much longer for the authorities to get involved. An investigation was underway. In the heat of all this going on, things just seemed to get darker. A young boy named Eli Moreno, just 7 years old, allegedly went missing in Dallas shortly after downloading the Talking Angela app.
What?
According to the post, a hired detective claimed that they had been in the process of tracking the Angela man for a few days now.
The app is still in the App Store. The game is still available.
Quickly began circulating across Facebook, fueling the growing paranoia of the game's capabilities. Panic was at an all-time high, and with this tension in the air, everyone had their eyes on Outfit 7. This graph shows the company's trajectory before the allegations, and this is after. It wasn't long until Outfit 7 came out with an official response.
The Call 7 investigators taking you behind the screen of an app causing a lot of controversy. Talking Angela, that's the app, is really a front for child predators. Well, those rumors running rampant online and through social media are not true, according to the things that we've been able to find out. There is no creeper behind this kitty's blue eyes.
It turns out the scare was based on a hoax, and an old one, too.
It's just not true. There's not a creeper behind Angela's eyes.
Be careful about believing everything you see on Facebook and social media.
With the official responses out, the majority of individuals concluded that this was all just one big internet myth. But if that was true, then what exactly went wrong?
Yeah.
Sam O'Loughlin publicly spoke on the incident, referring to the whole ordeal as a hoax, and stating that the whole thing was absolutely ridiculous, going on to confirm that the game does collect some data, but no personal information at that. As for the creepy conversations, they were most likely just a result of outdated chatbot technology from 2012, and without the child filter mode enabled, Angela's responses could sometimes get a bit inappropriate. Furthermore, after a bit of research, people soon realized that the story of Eli Moreno was completely fabricated, with no evidence of his existence anywhere. A bit of more digging confirmed that the site it was published on, Hustlers, was just one big satirical blog, making this whole disruption just a deceitful article. But even with all that debunked, one disturbing detail still lingered. What about the man? The man in Angela's eyes.
Who saw that?
Well, the truth is actually pretty
photoshopped.
simple. You see, in 2012, something as taxing as ray tracing wasn't even an option for mobile devices. Most reflective surfaces in video games weren't actually real mirrors, as that would be extremely demanding on software performance. Instead, developers utilized pre-baking an image texture into the surface of an object, only giving the illusion of a reflection. Talking Angela was indeed no stranger to this, and upon further inspection, there actually was something visible in Angela's eye. Enhancing the image shows the texture of a dark room, with what seems to be a dresser and a painting in it. No people, no creepy man, just a dark room. What further solidifies this is that the Talking Angela app wasn't even really a 3D game. Going into the app files, people discovered that rather than a fully modeled environment, Angela, as well as the world around her, were just hundreds of already 3D rendered image files played out in order to make it seem like she was moving. The short-lived allegations quickly died down, and despite the rumors proven to be false, Outfit 7 still went back in 2016 to remove the chatbot feature, maybe to avoid any future conflict. In 2017, Outfit 7 was sold to a Chinese investment group called United Luck Holdings, ending Sammo and Iz's ownership. And today, the Talking Tom franchise is still strong and successful, continuing to release out games, merch, and even a TV series with 5 seasons. In conclusion, the dent Angela left on the franchise was a very small yet memorable mark of the past. Just another mix-up taken out of context due to a bit of paranoia. But even to this day, some people still swear that there was more to Talking Angela.
When I downloaded this app, I got scared. I remember the news report. I remember the rumor where there's a guy behind those big blue eyes, and I actually saw the man.
Something deeper than a chatbot. So I guess that begs the unsolved question. How do you really know? if someone is watching you.
True. I mean the scammers videos which I've been watching.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This was super fun to make. I know this video is quite the contrast to my typical videos, and that's
Damn.
because I really wanted to do something
Crazy
different. I
editing
wanted
there.
to do something that had a lot of emotion in it, something that in dedication I put into this was
Crazy OCD, crazy. Crazy channel name, by the way. This is what I'm saying. The hackers were scamming in India. They didn't know that someone's watching them. And it is true, like if someone was watching you, how would you know? Wait a minute. If someone was watching me, how would I know? You can tell if someone is watching you through their actions, like direct eye contact or someone. Oh, come on. No, I mean in my laptop. You might be being watched on your laptop if you see a webcam light come on unexpectedly, experience unusual software behavior, notice a significant drop in performance, or observe unauthorized network activity. Yes, the light is always the hint. And my light's on right now because I'm streaming right now, so that's the camera on. And yeah, the light's the only way to know that if someone's watching you. But how do you know in the phone? How do you know in the phone that someone is watching you? Because the phone flashlight doesn't flashlight. You know what I mean? The camera doesn't flash. So how would you know that? Check your data usage, investigate your camera's behavior, review your camera permissions, monitor your video call performance, listen for strange sounds in calls, review location permission, monitor your camera light indicator. To check if your phone is being spied on, dial codes like on your dial pad to check for call forwarding or for device information on Android and iPhone respectively. You should also check for strange activity in your phone settings, apps data, unrecognized apps data spikes. Okay. Dial codes are a quick way to check your phone's call forwarding status. What code is this? Wait, can you even put a slash? Let me put this code and see what happens. So I'm gonna go here and I don't have a slash, so do I need to put a slash? Okay, star hash hash 4636 hash hash star. So it's not
The
gonna
time
work.
is 5:30 p.m.
It's not gonna work because there's no slash. Well, I don't have slash. Like, I don't have slash. So anyways, man, that was wait, so was the talking? Yeah. No, the talking Angela incident was not real. It was a widely circulated Facebook hoax in 2014 that falsely claimed the app was a tool for a PD ring to gather personal information from children. The hoax claimed that the character Angela would ask children for their names and other private details. Sometimes at the game, the hackers could see the children through the chrome cameras, but those claims were roughly debunked by fact-checking sites like Snowstorm and app developers. Playing Talking Angela 3M is a common online challenge, and some users claim it's a result of Angela having a different, potential unsettling personality or behavior. This is due to character's AI and its programming to respond differently in certain scenarios or specific times. Okay, you know what? Before it gets more creepy, let's end it there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. And yeah, this was a good reaction video here. So, we'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye!